What's up, YouTube? It's Josh. That's JD. Almost forgot it. Yeah, I changed my channel name. Instead of doing FJ55 Iron Pig, we're doing JD. Because it's so much easier to say. Just easier for everybody involved. And that really became apparent when Ebomi and everyone else tries to say it. Dubglock 23, over and armed, 504 Dirt Art. Anyone else trying to say it on video, it's a bit of a tongue twister. But once you have it in your brain, it kind of sticks. That's not what this video is about. I just posted a video on this holster right here. That's the red line concealment holster. The noise you hear over in that direction. That's the puppy dog. She's chewing on a ride. Yes, give me that ride. Here you go. Go on. And I was asked a question by Ron. Asked me, basically, in a nutshell, not his words, what is it like trying to sit down and bend over with this holster right here, which is typically considered like the 12:30 to 1 o'clock position. If you're unfamiliar, those of you already know this is obvious. If you're standing in my position where I'm facing the camera and you're facing the camera, front of you is 12 o'clock, here's 3 o'clock, your butt is 6 o'clock, here's 9 o'clock, then back to 12 o'clock. So off just a little bit, this is 1 o'clock. This is my preferred carry method right here. It conceals very easily. It takes a little bit to get used to. Once you have it, it has a very fast draw, faster than having it on your hip. This is like a 330. This is a very common position to carry. It's really comfortable, especially for outside the waistband carry, which means the holster is on the outside. And it's a little bit harder to get to if you have a cover garment, which basically means a shirt or jacket. You first either have to clear it like this with your thumb, like that, or there's another way where you act with your offhand like you're trying to grab a wallet. You grab your shirt or jacket, and at the same time you rip it forward, which causes the tail to move this way, clearing your firearm, so you can then draw. I have not carried in this position, as you can tell, it's apparent by me trying to reholster it, in a very long time. I don't have it in the belt. This is very common, super comfortable. Sitting down, anything like that. Watch this. Excuse the muffin top. Standing up straight like this, it's tucked in really good, especially if you're a little bit heavier guy. So it's not going to print much with a t-shirt even, depending how thick the handle is. But if you start to bend over, I want you to really pay attention to the butt of the handle. Let me get in position so it's more fair for it. Pay attention to the butt. See how it doesn't really move? And now it's sticking out. It's going to feel like that to you when it starts pulling on your shirt. It's going to be very obvious. Now, when you carry Appendix, notice I have the holster outside of the pants and everything so you can see. There's a pocket created right here in your body, a natural V. Now a gun, along with the holster, can fit in there very easily. If you slide it over, actually, hitting the buckle, do that. If you slide it over to your center line, that's perfect. It works great. And there's no real problem with it until you try to bend over or you go to sit down, which is another question. I'll demonstrate that. But as far as draw, right in your center line is a very natural position. You just pull straight up, all right? That's a very natural position. But as you start to bend over, right now it's hit me right in the cock. Handles hit me right in the center line, which isn't bad because your body, don't know if you can see this, naturally makes it flow. Now, those of you that are skinny and you got a six-pack, it's much easier to do this. If you have a little bit of a gut, especially if it's a bigger gut, the ass end of it can catch right there, and if it catches there, it's not going to feel good. Plus, you're getting the pinching right here at your navel and down into your balls and into your cock. Yes, I have hit my balls before, getting into a vehicle not paying attention. You have to use a little more of your senses. But sliding over here, this is my right side, which is your left side as you're looking at it. It fits nice, and it'll adjust itself naturally as you walk and bend. You can lift your leg up. Now, like I said in this first impressions video on this holster, it's a little bit taller, but it's the same height as the gun. That doesn't change. What changes is how high it rides. I have not done any adjustments on it. Offset leg, no problem. You go to bend over, for me, it's easy. You squat, It's easy. When you go to sit in a chair, grab is a little bit of a high chair, but you do the same thing. I don't know if you saw what just happened there. Okay, so pay attention to the gun. I'm going to move slow. Lift the same leg as you have it on. So if you're left-handed, you can lift with your left leg. I'm right-handed. Notice it's sitting on the front of my fat right here, and that way you can slide. Now if your skin's damp and it's underneath the shirt, it's going to catch. So if you wear an undershirt in between the two, it'll really help. And as you bend down, just act natural. Don't try to act like you have a gun on your body. Just sit down like you normally do. That's it. Where appendix carry really grinds on people is 1, in a vehicle, and 2, sitting down for a long period of time, like a long dinner, like a formal dinner, or if you're at a friend's house playing Cards Against Humanity is a good example. If you do not have a shirt in between you and the gun, where it's just bare metal pushing against you, you'll start to sweat a little bit, just a tiny bit. And then it'll start to stick to your skin. It'd be like getting waffle butt. You know, when you wear those thermal underwear, and you sit down too long, you get the impression of it on your skin, and then it itches and it hurts, and it's kind of painful. Same thing with this, especially with sharp edges, with things with these knurlings, so you can grab it. Can't think of the words, all right? But it's art done like that. The light keeps going off there after a couple minutes, don't know why. This is very comfortable. When you get back up, I have not adjusted it left or right. Watch what happens though. This happens to me fairly often. It's not where I set it originally, because sitting there pushes it one way or the other. In my case, on my right hand side, it pushes me up to the right. So the gun will actually print this way. You have to be kind of clever. If you have a table, it's easy. Before you stand up, you just do that. Very casual. If you have an overshirt or a jacket, that's really easy to get away with. Act like you're getting your keys. Don't make fists. Just pump it like that with your hand. Just give it a little nudge. What were some other questions that Ron had? I think that was pretty much it. Overall, in a vehicle, your seatbelt does not go over the front of the weapon for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's dangerous. If you do get in a car wreck, the seatbelt's going to get real tight in a matter of milliseconds, and all that impact force is going to be pushing you right here. You have a very good chance of breaking your pelvis bone, your pelvic bone, and causing internal injuries all along here. You got, what is that? You got your kidneys, you've got your colon, I believe it is, things you kind of need to live. Put the seatbelt behind your firearm like this, so that all that pressure and weight can be distributed as evenly across your body as it can, so that your seatbelt can do as it's designed to. You don't have to worry about this going into your body. I think that's just about it. I love appendix carry. Why? Very comfortable for me. Heavier set guys have a problem with that, with this fat roll you got going here, the spare tire, because it can push it out. If you're skinny, it sucks it in. But it's still very concealable. A Glock 21 like I carry is not small by any means. It is considered a full-size firearm, large frame auto. You can still see it. If you're looking for it, you're going to see it. If you're the average person out there, you're not going to pay attention. I've worn it exposed, open carry, and people haven't even noticed before. But it's always there. Clearing a garment is quick and easy. Pulling it is very easy as well, because it's right here. If you're in a defensive position where you have someone on top of you, you're not going to be able to get to your gun on your hip. If you're up against a wall like this, someone's pushing on you, you can easily protect this with one hand or the other. You can just push down on it. You can push out like that, and that locks it. You can push someone off really quick, really easily, and draw your weapon from this position and fire into the person right there. It has many, many advantages that outweigh any perceived disadvantages. One disadvantage most people get, and this is another question, was how can you stand having your pistol aimed at your junk? Aren't you afraid you're going to shoot your dick off? I'm more worried about my dog sniffing my crotch when I get out of the shower, to be honest with you. You're not going to shoot your dick off for 2 reasons. You're going to keep your fucking finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. When you have a firearm on your ass, you have the same risk of shooting into your thigh and catching your femoral artery. You have the same chance of doing that right here. If you have a quality holster that you've checked out and you've tested, and it covers the trigger, you can have a round in the chamber ready to go, which is the only way to carry. Whether it's 1911, striker fire, hammer fired, revolver, semi-auto, fully automatic, it does not matter. The gun will not go off. A properly maintained gun in good working order will not go off until you pull the trigger. That's why when you draw with your finger indexed on the frame of the firearm, and you do not fire, you do not pull the trigger, touch it until you are ready to fire. It should all happen very quickly. As I fumble for the holster. Holstering is another deal with Appendix. You know, if you're carrying on your hip, you can kind of stick your butt out if you want to. It really doesn't matter. Go slow. That's why I have Kydex also, because Kydex is less likely to curl and bend and deform, unlike leather. So that's about it. Really long video, I apologize. Hope that answers up your questions. I highly recommend Appendix carry. Give it a shot for a couple of weeks, because that first week or two is really hard to get used to, especially if you're used to carrying on your hip. Small the back, which is very dangerous for your spine. Shoulder carry, belly band carry. But once you get through the initial awkward stage of it, you'll fall in love with it. You slap that puppy on, pull your shirt off, and go about your business. Thanks for watching.